Hello and welcome to the channel. As your consulting physician, I see it every single day, that relentless, gritty burning sensation that makes your eyes feel exhausted before noon. You blink, you rub, and those over-the-counter drops feel like they only offer relief for a few fleeting minutes. For my patients in their 60s and beyond, this isn't a minor annoyance. It's a quiet erosion of their peace and independence, often interrupting sleep and making night driving a safety concern. Many simply accept this as a normal part of getting older, but I'm here to tell you that is not the whole story. The medical reality is that your tear film is deficient, lacking the healthy fats and hydration it needs to hold together. But today, I will reveal an entirely natural internal solution. I'm going to show you 3 simple everyday seeds that can profoundly nourish those tear glands from the inside out and help your body create quality tears naturally. If you're looking for grounded, practical health guidance, especially advice tailored for those over 60, please subscribe so you don't miss our next video. Let's address this together. Let me introduce you to something surprisingly powerful, a tiny brown seed you have likely walked past in the grocery store countless times. Flax seeds. Flax seeds, the essential foundation for healthy tears. I anticipate your thought process. How could something so small and mundane possibly help with a problem as frustrating as chronic dry eyes? Allow me to walk you through the clinical science behind this. Every time you blink, your eyelids are designed to smoothly and evenly distribute a layer of moisture across the eye's surface. This is not just water. Your tears are complex, composed of 3 distinct layers. A watery layer, a mucus layer, and most critically for dry eye syndrome, an oily layer. This essential oil is produced by the tiny meibomian glands lining your eyelids. And those glands quite simply are starving for omega-3 fatty acids to function correctly. Flax seeds are one of nature's most concentrated sources of ALA alpha-linolenic acid, a plant-based omega-3. Your body is capable of converting this into EPA and DHA, the exact fatty acids found in fish oil. Why is this paramount? Because omega-3s are potent anti-inflammatories. They help reduce inflammation within those tiny glands, allowing them to produce the correct type of oil. The robust, healthy oil that prevents your entire tear film from evaporating too quickly. Without a sufficient supply of omega-3s, your tears break down in seconds, which immediately results in that stinging, blurry, and gritty sensation. I want to share a concrete example. I treated a patient, Sandra, a 68-year-old retired teacher who loved to crochet. Her eyes had become so dry she could barely see her stitches. Every afternoon, the burning forced her to quit her hobby entirely. She tried every over-the-counter drop, and while they provided a moment of comfort, the effect never lasted. When she first came to me, her precise words were, "Doc, my eyes feel like they're quitting on me." We implemented a simple daily change: 2 tablespoons of ground flax seeds, added to her morning oatmeal or yogurt. It was not complicated or prescriptive. Within just 3 weeks, she reported, "I can finish a full scarf again without having to stop and rub my eyes. I haven't been able to do that in months." There were no side effects, no expensive prescriptions, just real supportive food, working in harmony with her body. A crucial medical tip: you always choose ground flax seeds, not whole. Whole seeds often pass through the digestive system completely unabsorbed. Grinding them is the only way for your body to properly access and absorb the beneficial omega-3s. Furthermore, always store them in the refrigerator. The healthy fats can quickly go rancid when exposed to heat or light. Just 1 to 2 tablespoons per day is the optimal clinical dose for most patients to begin seeing a noticeable felt difference. This is not merely an anecdote. We have multiple clinical studies confirming that flaxseed supplementation significantly improves the symptoms of dry eye, particularly in older adults. And the bonus flax seeds simultaneously support heart health, improve digestion, and assist with hormonal balance. all of which become increasingly critical components of health maintenance as we age. So the next time you are in the grocery store, do not underestimate that small bag of seeds. It might just help you literally cry again, not out of sadness, but because your eyes are finally functioning as they were designed to. Chia seeds, the cellular hydration powerhouse. Next, let's discuss another powerful seed you may have casually added to a smoothie: chia seeds. Yes, those tiny black and white seeds that swell upon contact with water. They are far more than a trend. They are genuine hydration powerhouses. And for dry eyes, proper hydration is even more critical than most people realize. Here is the mechanism. While flax seeds effectively reduce inflammation and restore the essential oils in your tear film, chia seeds address the equally important watery layer of your tears. As we age, our bodies often struggle to maintain cellular hydration. Even if you believe you are drinking enough water, it does not always efficiently reach the places it is needed, most particularly the delicate tissues of your eyes. This is the genius of chia seeds. When soaked, they form a unique gel-like coating, which is a form of soluble fiber. When consumed, this consistency slows digestion and allows your body to retain fluids longer and hydrate more effectively. They essentially act as tiny sustained-release water reservoirs, slowly delivering moisture to your entire system throughout the day. The clinical connection to your eyes is direct. A better hydrated body means your tear glands are significantly more likely to function correctly and produce the necessary watery fluid to keep your eyes consistently moist, comfortable, and protected. I recall a gentleman named Harold, 73, a retired postman, and frankly stubborn about his diet. He swore he would never touch one of those New Age seeds, but his eyes were so persistently dry that he had to abandon his cherished habit of reading the morning newspaper. His wife, without his knowledge, started adding a spoonful of chia seeds into his morning smoothie. After a mere 2 weeks, he came into my office and stated, "Doc, I don't know what's different, but I can read the classifieds again without blinking every second." Harold did not need a complete dietary overhaul. Just one simple, consistent addition, about a tablespoon of chia seeds, often soaked in water overnight and added to a meal, made a profound difference. The research is clear. Chia seeds are loaded with omega-3s, antioxidants, calcium, and soluble fiber, all of which support not only enhanced hydration, but also a reduction in inflammation, a major driver of dry eye syndrome. A quick safety directive. Always consume plenty of water alongside chia seeds. They expand significantly. You want them to swell gently in your stomach, not become lodged. Also, if you are currently taking blood thinners or heart medications, it is always prudent to discuss this with your doctor first. Chia seeds are safe for most, but they are nutrient-dense and should be introduced into your regimen gradually. If your eyes feel like they are perpetually drying out, these tiny seeds may be the perfect adjunct to help your body retain the water it desperately needs to produce real healing tears. Sunflower seeds, your eye's natural protective shield. Let me pose a question. When was the last time you consciously ate sunflower seeds? These familiar little seeds are, in fact, one of the most powerful natural protectors for your eyes, an advantage that is particularly magnified if you are over 60. Here is the key insight. Dry eyes are not solely about deficient tear production. They are also a battle against damage, tiny invisible damage that accumulates on the eye's delicate surface every time your tears evaporate too quickly. The major biological culprit here is oxidative stress. Think of oxidative stress as the process of rusting for your body. It occurs when unstable molecules called free radicals attack and destabilize healthy cells, including the incredibly delicate tissues in your eyes. This process accelerates aging, weakens the tear-producing glands, and systematically destroys the natural, healthy balance that keeps your eyes comfortable and moist. This is where vitamin E enters the picture. Vitamin E is a fat-soluble antioxidant that acts like a powerful shield, aggressively neutralizing these free radicals before they can inflict damage. And remarkably, sunflower seeds are one of the richest natural sources of vitamin E on the planet. Just 1 ounce of dry roasted sunflower seeds can provide nearly half of your entire daily vitamin E requirement. Furthermore, sunflower seeds supply selenium, zinc, and essential fatty acids, all of which work synergistically to reduce systemic inflammation and support the efficient function of your tear glands. Consider the case of Marlene, 71, who loved gardening, but found that her dry eyes made it nearly impossible to be outside. The wind would sting, and the sunlight would cause excessive tearing, a paradoxical sign of irritation, not hydration. She told me, "I used to look forward to spring. Now I dread it." We simply incorporated a small handful of unsalted sunflower seeds into her daily afternoon snack. No complex supplements, no new medications, just supportive whole food. 6 weeks later, she came in smiling, saying, "I planted petunias this morning and I didn't need my sunglasses for once." That is not a miracle. That is the predictable result of giving your body the foundational elements it needs to protect and repair itself from the cellular level outward. A caution on dosage. While incredibly healthy sunflower seeds are calorie-dense, please stick to approximately 1 ounce per day, roughly 2 tablespoons of shelled seeds, and always choose unsalted, dry-roasted versions to mitigate excess sodium intake. If you have a digestive condition like diverticulosis, ensure you chew them meticulously or opt for shelled seeds to avoid irritation. It is genuinely impressive how something so ordinary can have such a profound and protective effect on your health. Hemp seeds, the ultimate balance for your glands. Let us turn our attention to a seed that often sparks curiosity: hemp seeds. To be perfectly clear, they are non-psychoactive and pose zero risk of getting you high. What they are, however, is one of nature's most perfectly balanced sources of essential fatty acids. For managing chronic dry eyes, this balance is the difference maker. Here is the reason. The lipid or oil layer of your tear film is what prevents your tears from evaporating prematurely. This oil is synthesized by your meibomian glands. When these glands are inflamed, clogged, or malnourished, they simply cannot produce the correct type of protective oil. As a result, your tears evaporate in a matter of seconds, leaving your eyes irritated and exposed. Here is the key clinical insight: those glands require a specific healthy ratio of omega-6 to omega-3 fatty acids to operate optimally. A diet with too much omega-6, common in processed foods, and insufficient omega-3 leads to chronic inflammation, which invariably worsens dry eye syndrome. This is where hemp seeds are exceptional. They naturally contain the gold standard 3:1 ratio of omega-6 to omega-3, precisely what your glands need to soothe inflammation without impeding healthy oil production. Consider hemp seeds to be a consistent, gentle daily tune-up for your tear glands. Unlike fish oil, which can sometimes cause stomach upset or an unpleasant aftertaste, hemp seeds are gentle plant-based and highly digestible. I treated Joseph, 75, who loved reading mystery novels on his porch in the evenings. As his dry eye worsened, he told me, "By 500 p.m., I'd have to put the book down. My eyes just couldn't take the grit anymore." He had already tried drops, warm compresses, and supplements with limited success. My recommendation was simple: 2 tablespoons of hemp hearts added daily to his morning smoothie or sprinkled over eggs. Within 1 month, his report was straightforward. "I'm back to reading in the evenings. My eyes still get tired, but they do not get dry, and that is a massive difference." Joseph did not need a drastic overhaul. He simply supplied his glands with the necessary balanced building blocks they were fundamentally starving for. Practical implementation. I recommend choosing hemp hearts, which are the soft-shelled inner part of the seed. They have a pleasant, mild, nutty taste and integrate well into both sweet and savory dishes. Like the other seeds, store them in the refrigerator due to their rich fat content. Do not exceed 2 tablespoons per day. This is an adequate dose for most people. If you are on blood thinners, a brief consultation with your primary care doctor is always a sensible first step. You now understand the individual power of these 4 seeds: flax seeds, chia seeds, sunflower seeds, and hemp seeds. Each one supports your tear production in a distinct complementary way, addressing oil volume protection and balance. The most important question now is, how do you integrate this effectively into your daily life? You do not need complex recipes. You need a simple, consistent, and repeatable plan. Here is my personal 3-step seed routine, the exact regimen I prescribe to my own patients that you can implement starting tomorrow morning. Step 1. Start your morning with essential oil and balance omega-3 support. When you first wake up, your eyes have been without blinking for 7 to 8 hours. This is why many people experience the most intense burning and dryness early in the day. We must immediately nourish the glands that produce the oil for your tears. The prescription: mix 1 tablespoon of ground flax seeds and 2 tablespoons of hemp hearts into your breakfast. Application: stir into oatmeal yogurt, cottage cheese, or a morning smoothie. The result: this provides a powerful, highly absorbable dose of anti-inflammatory omega-3s to begin balancing and fortifying your tear film right from the start. Step 2. Midday. Volume restoration. Hydration for tear. Volume. In the afternoon, typically between lunch and dinner, it is time to address the crucial watery layer of your tears. The prescription: take 1 tablespoon of chia seeds, soak them in a full glass of water for 20 to 30 minutes, or prepare them overnight and drink the mixture slowly. Application: you can add a squeeze of lemon or lime for flavor. The result: this simple habit helps your body sustain hydration at the cellular level, not just for your eyes, but for your entire system. Many older adults are mildly dehydrated without realizing it, and when your body is dry, your eyes are too. This is one of the easiest yet most powerful habits to support consistent tear volume. Step 3. Evening repair and protection antioxidant recovery. As your day winds down, we turn to sunflower seeds as a rich natural source of vitamin E and antioxidants, helping your eyes recover from the daily exposure and stress they have endured. The prescription: around 3 to 5 p.m., enjoy a small handful of dry roasted unsalted sunflower seeds. Application: approximately 1 ounce is the optimal dose, roughly 2 tablespoons of shelled seeds. Eat them plain, sprinkle them on a salad, or mix them into a small trail mix. The result: the robust vitamin E works to neutralize accumulated oxidative stress and actively supports the delicate surface of your eyes while you sleep. If this feels like too much to start at once, here is my clinical recommendation. Begin with only 1 seed. Commit to adding just 1 of these seeds to your diet for a full week and then gradually introduce the next. Consistency matters far more than initial perfection. I also suggest a pro tip: pre-portion your seeds into small weekly containers and keep them in the fridge. This removes the daily decision-making barrier. Your goal is not to fix your eyes in 1 week. Your goal is to construct a new, strong foundation that supports your vision day after day, year after year. And never forget that the benefits of these seeds cascade. They support heart health, enhance brain function, improve digestion, and strengthen joints, all of which are inextricably linked to your overall vitality and comfort as you age. I want to close this consultation with a powerful, emphatic thought. You absolutely do not have to accept dry, burning, irritated eyes as your new normal. You do not have to squint through your favorite hobbies or dread the sting of the wind. The truth is, your body has not given up. It is patiently waiting for the right kind of support, and often that fundamental support comes not from a prescription pad, but directly from your kitchen pantry. Flax seeds, chia seeds, sunflower seeds, and hemp seeds. 4 small seeds, one profound integrated impact. They work on different pathways, but together they address the true root of the dry eye problem: inflammation, hydration protection, and oil balance. These are the real drivers of healthy, sustainable tear production. You are not stuck. You are simply missing a few essential building blocks, and now you have the knowledge to acquire them. Imagine the relief of waking up without that gritty, sandy feeling. Imagine finishing an entire book without having to reach for drops. Imagine walking outside and feeling the breeze without tears running down your cheeks from irritation. This is not an improbable fantasy. It is the quiet, steady, predictable result of proper, consistent nourishment. I have guided so many patients along this exact path, and I am honored to walk it with you through this channel. If this information has given you even one helpful, actionable idea, I thank you sincerely for your time and attention. If you are new here, I gently invite you to subscribe, as we are committed to providing you with more grounded, practical health solutions. Please consider leaving a comment below. Your personal experience could provide invaluable encouragement to someone else who is silently struggling. And if you found this consultation valuable, please share it with a friend or loved one who deserves this knowledge. Sometimes the smallest daily habits and the smallest of seeds are all it takes to restore the comfort, clarity, and joy that aging often tries to steal away. But you are actively taking it back, one nourishing step at a time. Take excellent care of yourself, and I will see you in the next one.